In a big development which happened in New York just today morning, PM of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Browne said fugitive offender Mehul Choksi is a crook and it is just a matter of time before he will be extradited to India once all his appeals are exhausted. Browne also said his country is not interested in having Mehul Choksi. He really brings no value to the country. He went on to say that Indian probe agencies can visit Antigua to probe Choksi. He said country has a visa-free arrangement for officials and diplomats so that they can visit Antigua. Let's listen in.
We are not interested in having Mehul Choksi in Antigua and Barbuda. He really brings no value to the country. In any case, our officials acted based on information from India, made him a citizen, only to be told subsequently that he's a crook. Now, what I can assure you is that ultimately he will be deported after he would have exhausted all of his appeals. Indian authorities have the right to come to Antigua and Barbuda. In fact, there's several officials who would have visited Antigua and Barbuda already on the issue. We have a visa-free arrangement for officials and diplomats, so they can come. And if they wish to interview Mr. Choksi, that'll be based on his willingness to participate.
And we earlier spoke to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who had more details on the issue.
Reiteration now what has been the official policy of the Prime Minister, in fact the government of Antigua and Barbuda, because when we look at the country's reaction, the Indian government telling them that he is a crook, that is what the Prime Minister said today. Well, what happened basically was that the India and Caribbean countries met. It was the first India-Caribbean summit, and where the leaders of all the Caribbean countries had been invited and they were present there. In fact, the big focus, the big story from that summit is the fact that India has announced almost $14 million of grant to these Caribbean countries. And on the sidelines, when this question was asked by the accompanying media, he responded saying that he's a crook. We are trying our level best. In fact, what right now is the status of Mehul Choksi is that the Indian extradition request is and has been given to the government of Antigua, and the focus right now is to fight it in the courts there. And right now Indian government is battling out in the courts, and once all the legal formalities, in a sense, whatever will be the verdict, and it looks as if it will be very positive for the Indian government, given the fact that even the Prime Minister is very upbeat and optimistic. So once all the remedies are over, we do expect a positive judgment, and then the government of that country will be extraditing him.